Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Stadium Show YouTube channel and welcome to a brand new Around the Ground. Today I'm here at Langford Road Stadium, home to Biggleswade Town FC, to explore this team's near 150-year history, take a look around the stadium, interview a few different members of the club and also watch Biggleswade take on Barton Rovers in a massive FA Cup clash. Let's get inside. Biggleswade Town formed 149 years ago back in 1874 and are the oldest out of the three clubs currently playing in the town. They play their home games here at Langford Road Stadium, which was opened not too long ago, back in 2008. The ground has a capacity of 3,000 people, 300 of which are seated. There's also a spacious clubhouse which sells drinks, snacks, club merchandise and shows live sports. Nicknamed the Waders, the club played their football in the Southern League Premier Central from 2017 up until when relegation struck in the 21-22 season, which saw Biggleswade Town drop down to the Southern League Central. However, last season they made the playoffs and this season are looking to go that one step further and achieve promotion. To help with this goal, the club have gone all out with their squad this season. Stepping up from his previous role as assistant manager during the summer, Danny Payne is the team's gaffer, and as part of his coaching staff is Chris Devane. He won the league and the Heart Senior Cup last season as Hampstead FC manager, before leaving to join Biggleswade Town during the summer, bringing the all-important experience and winning mentality. As for the players, the club have also been busy in that sector too. Over the summer transfer window, many top talents have been brought in, including prolific marksman BJ Christie, who scored over 300 goals for AFC Dunstable, and most noticeably JJ Lacey, who racked up an incredible 50 combined goals and assists at Hampstead FC last season. He's already impressed for the town, being one of 3 joint top scorers in the FA Cup so far this campaign. One of the other players is Taylor Riney, who plays for Barton Rovers, today's opponents. Speaking of today's game, let's find out some more. After beating Bishop Stortford, who are 2 levels above Biggleswade, in the last round in a major cup upset, today the club are taking on league rivals Barton Rovers in the 3rd qualifying round of the FA Cup. It's a massive game, as if the Waders win, this will be the furthest they've made it in the competition for 10 years, and because of this, a bumper crowd is expected. So I'm joined now by Danny, the manager here at Biggleswade Town FC. Of course, last season though you were the assistant manager. How much of a step up has that been and what are the main differences?
Yeah, it's been good. It was nice to have sort of a clean slate at the end of the season. Allowed me to put sort of my own stamp on things. Brilliant learning for me last year working under Robbie O'Keefe, who I've worked under and played for and coached with for 15, 16 years. So learnt loads there, but wanted to just sort of do a couple of bits my own way. So it's nice to have a fresh start. New group of lads, new management team. Now I'm really happy and yeah, hopefully we're only going to get better through the season.
And today it's a big FA Cup game, really good vibes around the club right now because of it. What have your preparations been like for this game and how are they different to a league game?
Nothing different really. We always work tactically Thursday nights, so we do some analysis when the boys get here on a Thursday. We're fortunate to get some clips of Barton and mainly focused on ourselves, but from the Kings Langley game the other night, the Bishop Stortford game, but nothing different. We're treating it like any other game. We know that it's a big one for the club, but all in all, we prepare differently. The shape of the day looks the same. Training was the same,
yeah.
And the boys now are in hopefully a good place and got the information they need to go and perform.
Of course, the wider picture though is the league. Last season it was the playoffs. This season, how good does your squad need to be to go one step further and achieve promotion?
It's the aim. I think it has to be the aim. I don't think any club wants to settle for being outside the playoffs. I believe that we've recruited a squad that allows us to have the experience, who know what it takes to win at this level. And we take it game by game. We're a little bit stop-start in the league at the minute, just because of the FA Cup run that we've had. So we've not been able to get no momentum really. But as soon as we do, I'd like to think that we can keep putting in performances and start climbing the table. And then it is just about, you know, us understanding what works at certain times of the season. Yeah. You know, we're passing the ball well at the minute, but we know when the pitches change, we're going to have to adapt and be different. But we feel like we've got the squad to do that. We've got a couple more coming in this week that will make us stronger. So, yeah, it's our aim, but we know it's a strong league and there's other teams with the same aspirations.
Absolutely. Now, Jon Clements, of course, Golden Boot winner last season. Over the summer, you also brought in Lacey, who 50 combined goals and assists last season. Would you say that's an emphasis on your style of play, very attacking?
Yeah, definitely. I think last year we was heavily reliant on Clemo to score. So as part of the recruitment strategy this year, it was about bringing more goals to the team. JJ obviously was probably the standout player at the level last year, working with Chris Devan, who got him in from Burko. But not just JJ. We've brought BJ Christie to the club, who scored 300 goals at this level, who's back in the squad today after having a severe knee injury.
Right.
Liam Brooks, Harry Draper's been outstanding before he's had to go off for surgery. Clemo, so Lukey Andrews in midfield's been one of our stand-up players at 19, 20 years old, who's contributing goals to the team. So that was a big thing that we wanted to do. We wanted to bring more goals to the club. We have done. I think we've scored 28 in 9 games now. So we've done that, but we've got to keep getting better. Keep improving.
And finally, I understand that outside of Biggleswade, you also work with the Pro Direct Soccer Academy. Could you explain what that is and what your role is there? And also, what skills have you picked up teaching younger players that you've brought to Biggleswade?
Yeah, so I'm fortunate enough that I'm the managing director for Pro Direct Academy. So I think everybody knows where they buy the boots from, Pro Direct Soccer.
Yeah.
They formed an academy 4 or 5 years ago. I'm lucky enough to sort of own and head that up. So we have about 1,300 players across the country now who are in full-time football with us across 25 sites nationally across the UK. And within that, they'll train full-time and get opportunities to move back into the game, but they'll also focus on their education. It's been great learning for me because you're working with different demographic of players from all areas of the country, and we've had a great success. We've had over 50 lads go on to sign professional contracts that are playing in the Premier League now and the Football League, as well as having some players who are playing a really good level of non-league now as well. Mikey Pamford here today was with me 3 years ago. No, sorry, more than that now, 5 years ago. He would have been with me at Pro Direct back then, and he's part of the squad today.
Great. Well, I can see the players coming out now, so of course I'll let you go off to them, and good luck with today's game.
Top man, mate.
Great.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
I then spoke to Liam McDevitt, club vice-captain and centre-back. So you're, of course, the vice-captain here at the club. On games like today, what is your role, and also what sort of leadership qualities do you think you bring to the team?
Well, obviously there's a lot of responsibility in terms of being vice-captain, but my general responsibility is to be a leader. I'm a big voice in the change rooms. I think a lot of people would say it's just making sure that everyone's motivated, making sure that the lads are focused and tuned in for the game ahead, really, whether that be through voice or just through having a word with certain lads, or as a group, just making sure everyone's sort of leaving nothing in the change rooms and everyone's ready for the game as soon as we step over that line.
And I've heard people say in the past that your position on the pitch as centre-back is the most important position in a football team. Why would you say this is?
I don't know if I'd agree with that, but obviously, look, my job is to stop goals going in our net. But on the flip side, the other end of the box, other end of the pitch, as in our attacking box, is also important. So I wouldn't say mine's the most important position on the pitch, but obviously physically and being dominating and sort of aerially good and making your interceptions is obviously important to stop the ball going in the goal as well.
And today it's a big FA Cup match day. Potentially you can make history, furthest the club have gone in the past 10 years. What is the atmosphere like around the club right now? How much of a positive buzz is there? And also, in games like today, how good does the team have to be to win?
Yeah, look, we said it at the beginning of the season, we don't just base our season around the FA Cup run, but it's a fantastic opportunity and journey for us to be on at the minute. Obviously to progress through today's game, hopefully, would be fantastic for the club. There's obviously a natural buzz around the ground and around the club, and especially in that changing rooms the last few weeks since we obviously got through. So we're going to give it our best shot today. The manager and the management team, they've set us up fantastic this week. Their attention to detail's bang on. Yeah. So we've got a game plan, and we've got that motivation within ourselves, obviously, to go out there today and give it everything we got.
And finally, of course, the FA Cup isn't the most important thing this season. It's trying to get that promotion in the league. Last season, you made the playoffs. This season, how good does the team have to be to go one step further and get promoted? And also, as your vice captain, as a centre back, what do you need to do to up your game to achieve that promotion?
Oh, me, I need to up my game massively. No, I'm joking. Yeah, look, we had a successful season last season in terms of where the club got to, I think, from what was maybe expected. But look, this season, I'd say in the league, we haven't been as consistent as we probably should be. Yeah. Obviously, the FA Cup's been a good distraction for that, because it's been every other week we've had an FA Cup game still where we've been on this journey. But I'd say as a group, we're definitely 100% stronger than last season. The players that the management have brought in and the players that the management have kept, we're a lot stronger. And our targets and our aims this season are to be in the playoffs and to be getting promoted, yeah.
Great, well, thank you very much and good luck today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Finally, I had a chat with club striker Jon Clements. Joined now by Jon Clements, striker here at Biggleswade Town FC. Last season, your campaign was fantastic, the Golden Boot winner with 34 goals. How much more work do you need to put in this season to keep up this good run of form and good run of scoring?
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, obviously, had an incredible season, top goal scorer in the league, 34 goals, 8 goals in the FA Cup. Brilliant season. This season brings a new challenge. You know, we've got a fantastic squad this year. I think, you know, first and foremost, me cementing my place in the team is obviously extremely important, but the team's been playing phenomenal so far this year. To achieve the success again next year, obviously, I think the first point is, you know, we want to go on and achieve and win things this season. So the goals are just something that comes along the way and help support the team. If I can continue to do that this year, then happy days, yeah.
Some people say that attack wins games, but defence wins championships. But how vital do you think your goals are in a squad like this when you're trying to achieve promotion?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on, and I think the management actually have quoted that a few times this season. So completely agree. You know, like defensive stability is massive. It's important that, you know, we're not conceding at one end of the pitch. And yeah, listen, goals win games. We've got 5 or 6 players in this team that, you know, can produce 20 plus goals a season. Me being hopefully one of them. So you know, I think if we, you know, have a strong defensive stability amongst the team, you know, this team's going to score goals and we're going to go on and achieve good things this season.
And you mentioned those other few players that you've got in the attacking positions, one of them being Lacey, who's brought in this season 30 odd goals last season. How's that competition been, and, you know, how has that affected your play, having someone there sort of on your back, also in your position?
Yeah, listen, I think, you know, it's great to have healthy competition in the squad. You know, not just JJ's a phenomenal player. You know, he's a really creative player, and, you know, him coming into the team is only going to, you know, boost the amount of goals that I'm potentially going to get with his creativity. You know, we've got BJ Christie coming back as well. You know, proven season in and out goal scorer at this level. Phenomenal to get him back. I think he's on the bench today, so to get him back into the attacking lineup, you know, is something that I guess, you know, this squad is certainly looking forward to. Liam Brooks, and then, you know, you've got other players in and amongst the midfield that have been chipping in with goals this season. So it's great that we've got, you know, a few key guys that can chip in with 20 plus goals this season. But, you know, across the rest of the pitch, I think we've got goals throughout the team.
And finally, again, it's the FA Cup today, a really good buzz around the club right now. What do you think your part in this game is going to be? And also, you know, if you were to get through to the next round, how much of a plus would that be to the club, the attendances, to the squad?
Yeah, of course. Well, like, first and foremost, we focus on today. We want to get through to the next round. It's a massive game for this club, massive game for us guys to get through. You know, you never know who we could draw in the next round. We could get, you know, big conference team with thousands of fans away. So I think that's an opportunity that all of us players are relishing. But, you know, first and foremost, focus on today's game. Obviously, my duty is to try and put the ball in the back of the net as much as possible. So we're hoping to get a few today. And, you know, secondly, just for the club, you know, a lot of people don't see the work that the guys behind the scenes put into this club, the chairman, the sponsors, you know, the kitmen, the staff, etc. Everyone, you know, gives it 100%, and, you know, we just try to reflect that on the pitch today. And, you know, hopefully with a victory today, we can do this club proud and, you know, have a massive celebration tonight.
Absolutely. Well, good luck, and hopefully you score a goal or two.
Thanks for your time. Cheers, guys.
It was then time for the game, so both sets of players made their way out onto the pitch. Both Biggleswade and Barton started off the game evenly. Shots fired at both goalkeepers. Barton then had a good chance with a player through on goal, but the referee stopped play for a foul, rather than playing the advantage, much to the anger of the Barton bench. "32 minutes in, up the other end of the pitch, Lacey played Jon Clements through on goal, who slotted the ball home through the keeper's legs. Not too long after their first, Biggleswade came close to a second goal with Liam Brooks played through on goal, although his shot was eventually blocked. Up the other end of the pitch was a free kick which was swung into the box, and the Barton header came off of the post. That was all the action for the first 45, Biggleswade Town leading 1-0. But it's half time here at the stadium, currently 1-0 to Biggleswade Town, a really even half, but of course it was Jon Clements who put the Waders in front. I think it's about 20 minutes in or so. Also, I've managed to draw the 50-50 raffle, so whoever won that, congratulations to you. But, of course, one thing that you may be missing today is the food, and we finally managed to get ourselves some with a burger fan across the ground. Not sure how much it cost, but it is a pretty big burger. Let's open it up and take a look inside. We've got melted cheese, onions, ketchup. That burger looks really nice with a bit of a crust on it as well, and those bready rolls to go with it. Let's take a bite. Meat is cooked well, cheese is really tasty, onions tasty, and the bread, despite looking quite thick, doesn't actually ruin the burger. Overall, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let's get to the second half. The second half started off with piles of Barton Rovers pressure, so much so that a nicely worked free kick ended up with the ball in the back of the net. However, the linesman flagged for offside. The skills and shots kept on coming from Barton, but Biggleswade were defending well. The Waders responded with a good attitude though, Lacey forcing a strong save from the Barton goalkeeper. And just 5 minutes from time, a handball was spotted in the box by the referee, and Biggleswade Town had a penalty. Lacey stepped up and, without any doubt, smashed the ball home to up his tally to 9 goals in the FA Cup this season and surely wrap up this win. Despite what looked like a certain Biggleswade win, Barton Rovers responded instantly. 2 minutes later, Newfville heading home from a corner, setting up an intense finish. But to settle any nerves, in the 92nd minute, Hunter took the ball past the goalkeeper and smashed the ball into the back of the net to wrap up the game.
First goal for Biggleswade Town, scored by Danny Payne.
And that was full time, Biggleswade Town progressing to the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, beating Barton Rovers 3-1. Well, full time here at the Langford Road Stadium, an incredible 3-1 victory for Biggleswade Town as they progress through to the next round of the FA Cup, the 4th qualifying round. This is the furthest they've made it in the competition for 10 years, and things are only going to get bigger and better from here, with National League teams now added into the mix when the draw is made on Monday. But before we go any further about what's next for Biggleswade, let's take a quick look back through the game. I think it did start quite evenly. You know, when I was down there by the substitute benches, you could hear both managers were shouting for their players to attack, defend really well, both teams really going for that opener, and that opener did eventually come. Jon Clements tapping home or slotting past the keeper in the 32nd minute once he was played through on goal by Lacey, who got another assist to his name today. I think that set the tone for the rest of the first half and the beginning of the second half as well, as from that point onwards Biggleswade really were starting to pile on the pressure. As that second half began though, you know, Barton, of course, being a knockout competition, they wanted to get that goal, they wanted to get straight back into it, and they did. It was a goal that went into the back of the net, it was a lovely bit of play, went down the left, then a couple of neat passes, ended up in the back of the net, but then the linesman came up and he said it was offside, so we were still at 1-0 to Biggleswade. Then we move into the 85th minute when it was a penalty awarded to Biggleswade because of a handball. Didn't really see it. I mean, I even looked at the replay which I got and I still couldn't really see it because of the angle. It wasn't a clear and obvious one, put it that way. However, it was given by the referee, and so Lacey stepped up and scored, and that goal now puts him as still the joint top scorer in the FA Cup this season with 9 goals. There's another player in another team with 9 goals as well, but of course Taylor Riney with Barton losing has been knocked out. So, you know, another goal on the board for Lacey, and by that point 2-0 up with less than 5 minutes of normal time to go, you think, okay, game over, Biggleswade have won. But that wasn't the case, as an instant response was received. It was Newfville who scored a lovely header from a corner in the 87th minute for Barton Rovers. That got them right back in the game, and they were now really starting to pile on the pressure, and Biggleswade just trying to sit back and defend for those final few minutes. However, that, you know, really did actually play into their favour because they had quite a few counter-attacks because of this situation that we were in, and one of them ended in a goal. It was Hunter taking the ball past the keeper, firing home into the back of the net, making it 3-1 to the Waders, and as I say, that was the full-time result. Now they progress into the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup. Of course, a big congratulations to them. I've had a fantastic day here at Langford Road Stadium. It's a great club with a great setup, fantastic facilities in the stadium as well. So if you are local, or even if you just want to come down as a groundhopper, make sure to visit Langford Road Stadium, home to Biggleswade Town FC. Thank you so much to Craig Deans as well. He works here at Biggleswade, heavily involved with the club. And you know, he arranged my interviews, he arranged my day, and like I said, I've had a fantastic time. So thank you so much to you, Craig, and thank you everyone to watching at home for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Vote for me in the Football Content Awards. If you want to find out how to do that, there'll be a link to a video in the description, and I'll see you in the very, very next one. Good night.